Hey everybody, welcome back to Airsoftology Mondays, the show that answers your questions, helps you out in a pinch, and is also getting ready to go on another adventure. I'm always traveling, but before we go, I'm going to leave the camera here. I'm going to go show you something. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Ha! See, I'm glad you stayed. And you know why I'm glad you stayed? Because I've got these. That's right. This is the official North America Glock. This is the G19, and this one's still in the bag. The G17, Gen 4. So we're gonna be looking at G19, G17. These are the ones that will be dropping here very, 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 very soon in the US and North America for sales through Umrex. I just had to share them with you because I kind of got the early version. I'll have a full review up when they actually hit the shelves, when they go, so very soon on that one. But I just had to tease you guys on the working samples here. You've seen them at the shows, you've seen them everywhere, you've seen these things around, but I wanted to give you guys a good hands-on. Anyway, I don't want to get too much into that because I know you guys are excited about that, and some of you guys love it, some actually of you guys and gals don't love it. By the way, if this is your first time here on the Airsoftology Monday show, it's pretty simple how it works. It's actually a Q&A show. You put your questions down below in the comment section, vote up your favorites, and I will get them on this show. And plus, at the end of the show, I do a video recommendation of the week, the Code Red headsets video recommendation of the week. And it is a video recommended by you, or maybe one that I love as well. But usually it's you guys. You have so many great ones. I thought by now you'd be running out of great channels, but no. So recommend your channel that you have, or a friend's channel, or a channel you watch on YouTube, also down below in the comments section. Don't forget too, I have a web store with some cool patches on there. I got like tactical corgis that I make and some other logo stuff and all that. And I'll have a link to the web store over here in the corner. It helps support the show. So enough of all that, let's dive on into what you're really here for, and that's your questions in the Tippmann mail call. Corbin Grunovich writes, hey Jonathan, I want to know your thoughts on if there should be a Saiga 12 airsoft shotgun, and what type should it be, like electric or green gas? Yes, there should be, and if you would have asked me this question like 2 years ago, I would say green gas all the way. But because of the Saiga 12, because of what it is, because of the fact, I would say electric. It's fully automatic. Come on, have fun. Go the electric route if it's full auto. If it's pump, I definitely love the idea of green gas. But if it's full auto, the Tokyo Marui system is really it for me. If it's a full auto or even like a semi-auto shotgun, I would say go that route. It's proven itself to be a good platform. There's some great ones out there. The problem with the Saiga 12 is like a lot of things, it's licensing. It's who's going to have the license, who's going to make it. I would love to see a Marui version because they don't care about licensing. They just make whatever they make. It's Japan, right? But for the rest of the world, you know, we do have to abide by this stuff like that. So I would love to see maybe Marui drop one first. I would love to see someone come out with a system that is Marui compatible for the electric system. I think so we can start seeing some electric shotguns from great licensing companies and the rest of the world, because if you guys know, but it's not that Marui just doesn't care. They just don't even do the licensing, period. They don't distribute, they don't focus on distributing outside of Japan. So I would love to see a worldwide distribution company, a licensing company, get a hold of the Saiga license and do it. Heck yes, sign me up. I would love to get one. Rob Hards writes, what new technologies do you think we will see in AEGs in the next 5 years? Recently we've had the ICS CXP Mars with the self-diagnostics and the G&G G2 gearbox. So what's next? Hello from South Africa. Well, hello from Taiwan. I think what's next is you're seeing the trend. I think you've already hit the nail on the head. We're seeing not just MOSFETs in guns, but intelligent trigger systems, programmable trigger systems. What's next is now I think VFC Virgo is moving to brushless motors. I think in the next 5 years, you're going to see brushless motors start to move into the airsoft world. They're out there, they've been made now to fit into the motor grip of a standard AEG. And I think brushless is going to be one of the trends we're going to see grow in the next 5 years. Just like 5 years ago, getting a MOSFET in a gun was like a system of PTS or PTW, and maybe you buy them and have them added. Nobody really shipped them, as far as I know, pre-installed. And now you can get them on guns that are around $200 US in the US. So at least a basic MOSFET, and more advanced MOSFETs in that $300 to $400 price range for US pricing. So I think as the trend continues, you're going to see intelligent trigger systems in a lot of airsoft guns, almost all of them, like what we saw in paintball. You're seeing intelligent triggers becoming the norm in most of the paintball markers. out there, and I think that's going to be the trend over time. I think more advanced, you're going to see active braking, which is involved, like, you look at the Virgo system has active braking. Some of the other more advanced systems have active braking involved. You're going to see more intelligent monitoring of the internal systems, and I think you're going to see stuff that mimics closer or almost exact to a system of PTW become almost the standard with that brushless motor. So yeah, I think that's what's changing in the industry. I think you're seeing that is the trend. It's electronics. As for externals and build, I think it's still the same system. The gearbox has been around, the Airsoftology gearbox, or not Airsoftology, Airsoft gearbox has been around for the better part of like a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades now, maybe, in its current form, the version 2. So there's not been a lot of change there. I think it's a pretty efficient machine. You're not going to probably see that change too much, but you will see the controls and the intelligence and everything around it definitely get more high tech. Bluetooth, I think, is probably another thing too. You'll see like programmable, program it, if I can use words today, through your phone. Anyway, that's my thoughts, but what are your thoughts? What's gonna go on? What's the trend in the next 5 years you think is gonna happen? Let me know down below. EC Rides, hey Jonathan, I want to ask if green gas will lube up my hop-up rubber and barrel. I'm worried that it will lead to a drop in accuracy of my gas blowback pistol. All right, so in green gas versus propane, you have a small amount of silicone lubricant that is added to that green gas. When it goes out of the can into your magazine, it goes from, it's kind of in a liquid form in there and it fills up and it expands, but it uses gas or the aerosol portion to fire, but the droplets are kind of in there, and of course it'll condense and get on there. I'm using big words. Translation, yes, it will get a little bit of green, a little silicone oil in your barrel and on your bucking and on some of the internal parts inside of your gun, but not very much, and not in a bad way. I've never had an issue where I've been using green gas and have had it overlube my hop up. Now, I have had a couple of the older, like many years ago, green gas cans that have put out a lot. They were maybe overlubed and they put out a lot of like silicone oil in there. It required a little bit of cleaning, kind of got messy around the gun. But I've never had it to where it's just been so much that my hop-ups like had functionality issues. Now, do you need to clean your barrel and all that? Yes. Do you get too much oil if you're manually lubing your pistol as well? Too much silicone on there? Let it evaporate. Silicone does evaporate. That's the beautiful part of it. You can just kind of leave the slide lock back like this Glock and go, okay, and then just get a little extra air to it. That's probably enough to help it evaporate quicker. Even with the slide forward, it's probably enough to help it evaporate. All that will evaporate out and go away. So that's not a big problem. I would definitely say, like I said, clean that barrel so that way you can get it taken care of. But yeah, you shouldn't have any trouble there. I think green gas is very good. That's one of the benefits of using green gas, that and not the stink of propane. But if you're gonna use propane, you do need to add some silicone to it, whether it be using a device like an oil pump or whatever, where you can pump it into the can like from Airsoft Innovations for propane, or add a little bit as part of like a Mad Bull filler where you can add a little bit in there when you charge up, it puts a little bit in too automatically, or just put a little drop here at the bottom of the magazine where, well, this one's got the plate on it. I'm trying to show you guys here on the Glock. The fill valve, that brass thing right in there, that guy, put like one little tiny drop right there in the dead center and charge it up. If you're using propane, that also works too, and that'll be just enough, just right, to get you the lubrication you need. Dion Franklin writes, has a question about my best memory Milsim, but we're gonna focus on his recommendation, and it's actually self-promotion of his channel, Dion Franklin, of course, and we're gonna be talking about his channel trailer, actually. Most channels don't do a channel trailer. In fact, I don't even have one, and I really probably should. I do like it. He introduces himself, he talks about what he does, he talks about what his channel is, and it's all honest and open. I think this is good. This is a channel I started watching the trailer. I was like, hey, this looks like some entertaining gameplay. He has some other stuff around his channel talking about, you know, products and things like that. I think all around a great channel. Again, he's below 1,000 subscribers. He hasn't hit that 1,000 mark yet, so he's primed for growth. This is a great one. I've really enjoyed the channel, and of course I do love the self-promotion, and of course promoting other channels that you think are great as well. And like I said in the beginning of this video, don't forget in the comment section below, recommend your favorite channels. I have a couple that are on deck, but every time I get ready to put one in, you guys and gals always come back with another one I've never seen before that made me hit that sub button. So I've moved the needle one to like 900 and I think 16 subscribers now, and maybe you guys can move it all the way up to that 1,000 mark, and we get him over the hump and get him moving on into the monetized world of YouTube. Also, of course, as always, I'll have a link to his channel and the video we're showing right here over my shoulder in the description below. All right, guys and gals, that's it. By the way, I want to answer Dion's question. The best moment I had at a Milsim event is probably like the hanging out afterwards. It's usually, there's some epic moments of like busting doors and shooting people and falling. There's 1,000 great memories I've had, but I think the best ones are just hanging out afterwards in the evening, sitting around a campfire or something and just chilling, or back in the hotel room and just talking with friends that I don't get to see that often because, you know, we're all around the world and all around the country and we finally get together to play. That's just me. But anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching this week. And as always, every single week, you guys are so awesome at answering each other's questions down there. I can't answer them all. I do read them all every single week. I can't answer them all every single week, but I love the fact that you have this great discussion down there and help each other out. So until next week, don't forget to put your questions down there. Go out, have some fun, play some airsoft, but no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.